a lot of the mood is different because even if it necessarily this was Gonagai intention, because Gonagai has said this is the most faithful adaptation of his own work. And Devilman has been adapted for animation several times over, including the original Toei animation series, which treated it more like a Sentai show with all the gay content out because no one knows bad can't have a children's show. Why are you adapting Devilman to a children's show? The OVA, if you're on Twitter, is used for tons of memes. Oh, it's my old friend Rio. How you been, buddy? It's laced with drugs. So dumb.
We spent too much time on the internet. How are you today?
Devilman's great, by the way. Like, I know what it's like, I'm dragging on it, but it's been around a while, and some parts have not aged well.
You can't make fun of the things you love and you don't really love it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is gorgeously animated, by the way. Devilman Crybaby is a trip to watch. It also has an amazing soundtrack. It's a great. One of the additions to the story laid in it is an allegory for LGBT acceptance. It's a very obvious allegory for LGBT acceptance, and I really appreciated that, especially when it was in a part of the series where everything is going badly.
Oh my god.
Because boy, does the poop hit the fan in this series. I mean, how many of you have already watched this, by the way? So you know exactly what I'm talking about.
It's like that Community gift where he walks in with the pizza and everything's
like
on
around
fire.
episode 6, it goes from 0 to 300. Like it does not, like from episode 6 onwards, it does not hold back. It is trigger warning, go Nagai.
Yeah.
This series is deeply violent and sexual, heavy and disturbing imagery.
Kind of boring sometimes. It got kind of boring sometimes.
I wouldn't say it got boring. I would definitely say
not the whole thing. The whole thing was great, but there was some parts.
It is a little slow to start, and I feel like that was the point.
Okay.
Because like as soon as the track meet competition happens and everything that happens afterwards, like it does not slow down.
As soon as it hits, you're like, no, slow back down, please.
Brakes.
That was kind of how it was. Like
keep going.
That was kind of how it was in the manga too. Like when they got to
Yeah.
like when they get to the track meet, and from then on, like it is just balls to the wall wide. And while the queer content is there, and there's actually additional queer content compared to the manga with the Miko and Miki subplot, it's not very explicit and can easily be missed if you're not actually paying that close attention. There is the love confession between Miki and Miko. It's very touching. You don't get to be happy about it very long.
Don't be happy about anything.
You don't get happy about anything in this series for very long. And of course, there is the ever-present love story between Rio and Akira. But they're a little more subtle with it in this compared to with the original manga. And the biggest point is that not only is it deeply tragic and depressing, the plot just kind of stops making sense in the last couple of episodes. Because they really rush through the whole apocalypse thing.
It's fine.
But it is what it is. And if you can stomach the violence and the sexual content, 9 times out of 10 I would recommend this heavily. Just not necessarily on the strength of its queer content. That's my only caveat.
Yeah. Honestly, it's beautiful, and I was kind of glad when I was working on this stuff to come back and sit there and watch it be pretty and violent.
Oh, and I forgot to mention legal places to watch these series. Konohana Kitan and Citrus are both on Crunchyroll. This is obviously on Netflix, and the next series we're going to talk about is on High Dive. Sponsors of San Japan. Yep, it's on High Dive and it's on Amazon. The next series we're going to talk about is Princess Principal. Hooray!
Okay.
An original animation from Studio 3 Hertz, who you might remember last year we talked about Flip Flappers, same studio, and Studio Actos. Princess Principal is a steampunk spy thriller starring 5 girls. Oh, I cut on part of 5, didn't I?
Oh no.
Well, that's fine.
I'll fix that in post.
We're at the con.
Starring 5 girls and a team of spies after People's Revolution and Civil War, Albion, an alternative version of Great Britain, is split into 2 factions, the Kingdom and the Commonwealth. Our heroes ostensibly work for the Commonwealth, but also have their own aims towards reunification and reform of the Kingdom, very reminiscent of the Girls with Guns trend before, and that we talked about in earlier versions of this panel. If you're familiar with series like Noir, Mad Lax, Gunslinger Girl. This is very reminiscent of them, though the big difference, I say, it takes itself a lot less seriously than some of those series did. It's a lot more fun. it doesn't hold up. This series is dedicated to its aesthetic. It has a really, really awesome OP. Like, the song has been stuck in my head ever since I watched it. It's
Because they
amazing.
won't stop playing it.
Because it's stuck in my head. Likeable characters, well-established relationships that are easy to be invested in. Character designs are a little Mirage Melberry. They kind of delve into a little too much on the Moe side of things.
I'm
And I
not a
know some
fan.
people are not a fan of that.
Like me.
Especially the characters who are all supposed to be between the ages of 16 and 20. Most of them look really a lot younger
I
than that.
thought they were children.
Especially for Vito. Difficult to recommend on the strength of its queer content alone, or just isn't much. It is there. Anji and the princess are supposed to be read as a lesbian relationship, but they just don't do a whole lot with it. They do the hand holding and the confessions of love for one another, but it's really subtle. It's nice. And the ending. We have to talk about the ending.
What ending?
There is no ending.
Be
On
prepared-
episode 12, nothing is resolved.
Be prepared for the most anticlimactic ending you've ever seen.
And the reason nothing is resolved is because they're making 6 movies to finish off the plot.
If you can tolerate a non-ending,
The 6 movies is to accommodate one of the main voice actresses. She got really sick working on this series.
So they couldn't do a second season.
and she's gonna have to retire after.
She's gonna have to actually literally retire from voice acting after this. The voice of the lead character, Anji. And it's really tragic because this was actually her first lead role.
Yeah.
And she does amazing work in this. If you watch it, her character is a spy, and sometimes she has to take on different characters. And the same voice actress did 5 unique voices in this show alone. She's amazingly talented, and I'm really sad to see that she has to retire for health reasons. But that's a big part of the reason why you're doing 6 films instead of doing a second season like you would normally have in a situation like this. Because the ADR for 6 movies is a lot faster than ADR for an entire 12-episode anime.
But oh my god, be prepared for the biggest cock block at the end.
And my favorite character is Dorothy, and she really goes to it.
I mean, there is like mild fan service in it, but it's actually
It's mostly Dorothy.
it's very appropriate.
She's 20 years old, so I don't care, and she actually looks like an adult.
Yeah, she
Like, oh no.
using
a
feminine
woman.
wiles as a spy. She's like, hey, guess what? Look what I got. It's very
It's
I feel like
funny every
Dorothy-
time she does
yeah.
it. She like pulls down the wrist.
Yeah.
Like it's framed in a way where it
Yeah,
feels
she's in control of it. So
Yes,
it's like,
her
I feel like
agency,
yes,
basically.
exactly. I feel like I should note it though because some people
that will
Yeah.
be a turn off for some people.
Though it is a little sad to give a minor spoiler. She's also the tragic lesbian of the show.
Oh, that's
You'll
sad.
know that
Aw.
episode when you get to it.
I just like that-
It's a good episode. I don't want to say this is a bad thing, but she doesn't get to have her happy ending, and that upsets me because she's one of my
You
favorites.
just watch it and you're just like, huh, dang it.
A lot of
Add to the
bad,
list.
a lot of bad stuff happens to her in this series, and every time it happens, I'm like, oh, just give her a break, man. Anyways, so those are the 4 series we reviewed: Princess Principal, Konohana Kitan, Citrus, and this is Devilman Crybaby. I almost said Devilman Crybaby.
I play that game.
I would too.
They're all available legally to watch in various places. If you want to be reminded of what those series are and where you can watch them, you can get with us after the panel or contact us on Facebook. We'll post that information later. But this is a panel about representation in anime and manga, so we have to talk about manga.
Which we haven't updated, sorry.
We haven't updated this part of the panel. I'm sorry, that takes way more research. But
Very
I mean, if you weren't, I mean, who all was here at last year's panel? So most of you are getting this information first time in. So.
Yay!
Sweet. You have justified my laziness.
That's what I'm saying. Laziness takes off the list.
Ototo no Oto. My brother's husband is the first major non-pornographic work by Geikomi Legend Geiko Otagabe. It's a bittersweet manga about a single father discovering his estranged brother had not only passed away but had a husband who has come to live with him and his daughter. The story explores a lot about differences between being gay in the West versus in Japan. It can be pretty heart-crushing at times, but a valuable read. It is available in English, published by
Yen Press.
Yen Press. And I recommend everyone get it the first chance they get because it's super good. It was adapted into a made-for-TV film by NHK, which is
Big
the
deal.
biggest television network in Japan, so that was a huge deal. And it's very, very good.
It's very real.
If you were here at last year's panel,
We almost
you might remember me crying, remembering a specific scene. I'm not going to do that.
No, don't do that to yourself. But it's very intense and it's very real, and you can tell that a lot of heart went into creating the series.
And it's also just very sweet too. It's like it's very realistic in that it actually is representation. And I'm already tearing up. I'm a little sleepy right,
So it comes highly recommended. And there are lots of parts of this manga in the next one we're going to review where you're going to be reading it. You're going to feel personally attacked because this is real. You will be like, this is my lived experience.
I don't
That's
know
what.
about that.
That's when you know it's the good representation.
Yeah.
When you can literally see something in the manga and say, oh, I know exactly what this feels like.
And it's great because then you can take that to someone else and be like, this.
Yeah. This is like look.
Yes, it's super great. These are just some panel excerpts from it, arranged poorly.
Apologies.
My apologies. Anyways, the other one that gets a little too real for some people, my lesbian experience with loneliness.
Sequel.
I don't have a sequel here because it wasn't out yet.
Okay, there's a sequel.
There is a sequel.
I can't remember.
My solo exchange diary.
There we go.
Kami Nagata's biographical manga about her experiences struggling with depression, sexuality, identity, and other topics. A difficult but very relatable read. It also gives a helpful glimpse into some of the cultural aspects of how lesbianism in adult women is regarded in Japan. This is real for two reasons. If you're gay and depressed.
Yeah, oh my god.
Which I feel like qualifies a lot for a lot of us.
Excuse us, it got real.
There's a lot of stuff in here about how she talks about how being into yaoi when she was in high school helped her deal with her own sexuality issues. Or rather, not so much help her deal with it, but gave her the exact wrong impression about how her sexuality issues should be handled. She actually came out of it with very altered expectations and followed her into her adult life and kind of messed her up. So that's the other side of that is yaoi toxic or not coin, is she admits like yaoi kind of basically made my ability to work or to understand relationships flawed. So she's a little critical of that, but not in a like mean way, but more in a like, man, I wish I had other stuff I could have read when I was a teenager that would have, supplemented this information I was getting. Because she also states that, like, and when she was a teenager, because she was a teenager in the late 90s, early 2000s, and there just wasn't a whole lot of content out there for her to read to understand what she was going through as a young lesbian.
So yet again, why representation matters.
Yep.
But yeah, she talks a lot about her experiences with depression and sexuality in this manga. It's very, very real. It gets a little too real at times. But very worth the read. It's published by Seven Seas Entertainment, I think.
I don't
published it.
remember who published this one. I think it's 17.
So it is available legally in English and can be bought easily on Amazon.
Oh yeah, you can find it on Amazon, no problem. And it'll suggest the sequel or the follow-up as well, which is also very real.
Moving on. But before we move on, we have to have this conversation.
We don't want to have this conversation.
It was published by Seven Seas.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I remembered.
Yeah.
So, who here's familiar with this word?
It's an unfun word. We don't want to have
But
this
we have to
conversation.
have this conversation because a lot of people have formed their entire identities around defending their right to use this word. Bunch of assholes. Anyways.
Another quarter for this word art.
We should bring Grandpa and some points this game.
Anyways. Make no mistake, trap is considered a slur, a pejorative term according to GLAAD's official listing of defaming language. There is no debating this classification. GLAAD's list of defamatory languages is this community agreed upon list. So that means the majority of gender non-conforming individuals in the world have agreed they don't want to be called a goddamn trap.
We're gonna go.
I'm sorry if I get a little angry about this because
It is
I'm
very
getting
frustrating
sick of
for
having
us.
this conversation.
In 2018, we should not be having this conversation.
Regardless of intent, the term originated on the Internet Image Board 4chan as a way to degrade and insult those of gender non-conforming identities. It evokes a history of stereotyping trans and other gender non-conforming individuals as deceitful and out to trap heterosexual men or women. The same logic used to be, and in many places still is, justification for violent acts against trans and other non-gender non-conforming individuals upwards to and including murder. Yes, you can use the "they were trapping me" excuse to get out of murdering a trans people in some states in this country.
Every state except
Every
California.
state except California.
It's also called the
Transpanic.
Transpanic, yeah.
It is a
Gay
slur.
offense.
So anyone who has not understood why this word bothers people, this is why it bothers people. This is a real, lived nightmare for some people. They do not want to hear this term. They don't want to have it used near them, around them, or even describe fictional characters they might relate to. It is a real, lived fear. However, there are other terms to consider. Otokonoko translates to male daughter, sort of.
Japanese is weird.
Yeah.
And is most likely the term you'd be using in anime and manga dealing with cross-dressing males, like that character in the image from Blend S would be considered a Otokonoko archetype. It is not a synonym for trans and carries a sort of fetishized connotation still, but it's mostly harmless. Bridget from Guilty Gear is an Otokonoko. That's a famous example. Astolfo and Fate. There's also the Joso Danso, or wearing women or wearing men. Funny story, I didn't know what the word was for women dressing as men in Japan, and I poured it over in my head for like a good few hours, and I kept trying to look it up. Like, what is this word? What would they say? And I just realized Joso literally just means wearing women. Danso.
Wow.
It's like a light bulb going off in my head. Like, oh my god, they would just use the word for men. I'm not a smart person.
I'm not a clever man.
I'm not a clever man by any stretch of the imagination, so it took me a while to get there. Examples of this type of character would be like Noriko in Fushigi Yugi, is a great example of that. Though that's also problematic in its own way. We've talked about it in previous versions of the panel, but
It's a very old series.
it's an old series, so who cares? It has been a part of Japanese LGBT culture for decades. It's not synonymous with trans either. It's mostly just used for people who are gender non-conforming and cross-dressing. If you want to learn more, Andrea Ritsu has done an excellent breakdown on our blog. It's a good source of info on this topic. The web address is right there, but we repost these slides on our Facebook page, so if you just want to copy it when it's on there, you can do that. Andrea Ritsu is a person living in Japan. She is an excellent fountain of information about LGBT culture in Japan because she is literally living there in the LGBT culture in Japan. So she's usually my go-to person on topics like this. But now that we've talked about that, we can talk about trans manga. Hooray!
It's not a lot.
It's not a lot, and it's
We haven't updated it.
haven't updated them all because there's not a lot.
Especially in English.
IS is a manga by Chiyo Rotohana and focuses on the lives of three characters, Hiromi, Ryoma, and Haru. All three characters were born intersex, hence the title of the series. It's a very, very, very complicated drama that once again very frankly discusses struggles faced by intersex individuals regardless of their gender identities. What's interesting about the story is, despite all three individual characters being born intersex, each of them sort of goes on a different path in life as far as their relationship with their gender. And it's a very interesting read. It's actually a very good manga. It is not available legally in the US, unfortunately. That may change at some
We
point.
won't tell you where to find it, but you
I'm
can
not going to
find
tell you
it.
where to find it, but it's not going to be too difficult to find. Not all of it's translated in English either, so that's unfortunate. Wandering Sun. You've probably heard of this one. It's usually the go-to recommendation for anybody like, hey, I want something that represents trans stories, and everyone's going to be Wandering Sun.
Hey, I want to cry a lot. Oh my god.
Yeah, if you like crying, this is the
a-
manga for you.
As a trans person, a lot of it hits very close to home. I was reading the first volume, I was just like, I'm in tears halfway through. I'm like, cool, that's what I needed.
Wandering Sun is about the struggles of gender identity faced by two protagonists, Shuichi Nitori and Yoshino Takazuki. Once again, this series is a very honest depiction of lives of trans youth in Japan. It can be a bit hard to read at times, but not highly recommended by this panel. It's also been adapted to anime, available to watch on Crunchyroll. Between the two, I would probably prefer you read the manga.
Yeah, the anime's got issues.
The anime's got issues and it's very truncated and it doesn't really follow its story beats very well. It is available legally in the US, but I completely forgot who published it.
There's also a really nice thing to note about it is that the main character, he has a mentor and a trans woman who works on a bar, and she's an adult trans woman living a successful life. That's a big deal. So it's nice to have that. She's a side character, but she's still fully fleshed out.
Speaking of adult trans lives, that brings us to our next good example. Double House by Nanae Haruno is about.
Also a hard read.
It's also a hard read.
Wandering Sun was published by Fantagraphics, so once again, yay for Fantagraphics.
A trans woman and her roommate Fujiko as they deal with expectations and flaws of gender culture in their adult lives. Unlike other series, the protagonist of Double House is very much an adult grown woman and offers a unique perspective on life as a trans person in Japan. While this is about